with their praise. Because it's almost Christmas Day. A little faith can always go such a long way. There's something about the way you spent your Christmas. There's something about the way you care. Something about the way you care. A little goes a long way. 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 Christmas Day. A little goes a long way. 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 Christmas Day.
So Yankee fans woke up on the morning of December 9th, 2017, like it was Christmas morning. I mean, my God, we just got the reigning National League MVP, a man that slugged 59 home runs. Giancarlo Stanton is a New York Yankee. Wow. Unbelievable. And we've talked about this for a while on Sports Talk Radio, where the Yankees were holding on to their prospects in the hope of getting a big name in a free agent market. We looked at the free agent market class of 2018, 2019. But they end up trading for Stanton. Who do they give up? Well, not really anybody. The Marlins reached an agreement with the Yankees yesterday morning. And by the way, this is the 10th of December, 2017, at 7:30 in the morning in New York. Marlins reached an agreement yesterday to trade Giancarlo Stanton and trade a reported $265 million of his contract to the Yankees for second baseman Starlin Castro and prospects Jorge Guzman, who was the second best player the Yankees got from Houston for Brian McCann last year, and Jose Devers, the Red Sox third baseman, Rafael Devers' cousin, who was slugging .342 in rookie ball at age 17, while Rafael was homering in the ALDS. So Stanton is coming to the Yankees for that. Highway robbery! As Steve Summers would say, highway robbery, what is it now? As Brian Cashman. I mean, think about this, folks. In the last 6 months, Brian Cashman has traded for Giancarlo Stanton, David Robertson, Sonny Gray, Tommy Cannell, all without giving up the number one prospect in baseball, Gleyber Torres, or Clint Frazier. He has gotten those four pieces and not given up one key jewel of the prized prospect farm. That is freaking incredible. Now, what will the Yankees do with positioning? Well, that's still up in the air. It's unclear at this point how the Yankees will strategize position-wise between Stanton, Judge, Gardner, Hicks, Frazier, and Ellsbury in their outfield and at DH. Stanton and Judge obviously have played almost exclusively right field as pros, even though Judge has only played 1 year. And Stanton's defensive metrics, if I could pull these up here, pull a Brian Kenny here with all the stats, 10 defensive runs saved, 0.4 defensive wins above replacement, were slightly better than Judge's 9 DRS, 0.3 WAR last season. But the team could go with some sort of rotation between the corner outfield and DH spots, keeping Stanton in the field maybe a good amount of time. But again, it's unlikely what they will do. And you hear the reports that the Yankees are still weighing trades for Ellsbury and Headley. And Ellsbury is an interesting one because he has a full no trade, and he doesn't want to leave. He wants to win the center field job back, in his mind. People around me, Yankee fans, tell me that the job belongs to Aaron Hicks. Belongs to anyone but Jacoby Ellsbury. There are some Yankee fans that think that Jacoby should get a shot to win the center field job. Now, through all this, with this trade, the Yankees remain under the $197 million luxury tax threshold for 2018. But if they can shred parts of some deals, like we just mentioned, Ellsbury, Headley, that would help with starting pitcher pursuit. And that brings me to my point. Folks, we're not going to apologize. If you're a Yankee fan, you're not going to apologize for getting Giancarlo Stanton. It's not like he's a locker room cancer. It's not like he's going to disrupt the team. It's not like we're bringing in a guy like Cespedes or Puig that have a history of disrupting locker rooms. My thing is this, and we had some pretty notable people. Mike Francesa recently came out and said, I still don't want him. Even though they got him for a bag of peanuts, I still don't want him. That's Big Mikey being consistent because he said Thursday or Friday that he didn't think that they were going to get Stanton. And he really wasn't a fan of the move. Said it didn't make sense for the team. I look at it as a Yankee fan as this. Again, we're not going to apologize and not going to be, oh, fuck, we got Giancarlo Stanton? Damn it. I didn't want this guy. No, you'll take the talent. But you have to really think big picture. Yeah, this offense on paper, and keyword is paper, looks very scary. Looks very potent. Could have a lot of baseballs flying out of the parks wherever they play. But the name of the game, my friends, is pitching. It always has been in baseball. Good pitching stops good hitting, especially in the playoffs. That's the old adage. It's the same with sports. Good defense stops good offense. And if you're going to go into 2018 and expect a lot from CC Sabathia, you have another thing coming. You have another thing coming. Severino, okay. You got Severino. Hope Sonny Gray pitches a little better in pinstripes. Although he did not get a lot of run support, now he should have no problem getting run support. There's still some holes that concern me with the Yankees in terms of pitching. The bullpen I like, outside of Betances, and again, with Betances, the way he came onto the scene, I would give him another year, a new manager. We know his relationship with Girardi was strained towards the end. Boone's in there now. Let's see how he reacts and pitches with a new manager, how the new manager will use him. And if he's still inconsistent and struggling and blowing games, then you know what? He's got to go. And I think once his contract ends, I don't think the Yankees will re-sign him. Or I think he's going to want to re-sign. But the time being he's under contract, I don't think he's going anywhere. I think he'll be with the Yankees going into 2018. But you need pitching. The Astros made a great move at the deadline, and they ended up getting Justin Verlander. That's a pitcher. That's a starting pitcher. That's a big name guy. That's a big game guy. And while the offense is great, and you could sit there and you could, we're going to score 12 runs a game. If you're giving up 13, we got a problem. Or if the offense really isn't on that night, and say maybe you score 3 or 4 or 5, and you're giving up 7. Now, I'm not saying the Yankees' pitching is terrible, but it's not a pitching staff yet to me that I feel confident that we're going to win a World Series in 2018. The minute Stanton, see, this is the bad thing. The minute Stanton became a Yankee, Yankee fans are printing out their World Series tickets. Let's just hold the phone. Let's just hold the phone. Do I think the Angels getting Ohtani will do anything? No. I think they're still a dumpster fire. I think there's a reason why Ohtani went to the Angels, because he was scared of going to a team that was a contender, because I don't think it's going to be that good. And I think he was scared of the pressure of going to a team. And let's face it, it's an L.A. team. This is not a big market team. Nobody cares about Angels baseball. Nobody cares. They have about one world championship in about 1,000 years. Nobody cares about Angels baseball. Nobody. It's about like the 4th ranked. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Angels baseball. Nobody cares. That's why Mike Scioscia's been able to keep his job for as long as he has, because nobody cares. They're not paying attention. Nobody cares. People ask me in the streets, is Albert Pujols still playing? Yeah, he's been playing for the Angels for a while now. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about the Angels. But you still have Houston. You still have Cleveland. And they have good starting rotations. They have World Series caliber starting rotations. The Yankees have to shape up a starting rotation. They have the bullpen that you feel confident going into the postseason with. But you need the starting pitching to get you over the hump. And I'm hopeful for at least another new starting pitcher, by the time we hit camp. Now, I will say this, if they don't get one, there is always the possibility of getting one at the trade deadline. Yankees have been very active at the trade deadline as of late with Cashman. So who knows? A team that's out of contention with a good starting pitcher, Yankees make a move. But I won't be feeling confident about a world championship until the Yankees pitching gets a little bit better. Am I more confident in a world championship than I was 4 days ago with the Yankees? Absolutely. Absolutely. Am I confident enough? No. Pitching is the name of the game, my friend. Pitching is the name of the game.